Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to another round of in-depth candle reviews. I hope you are having a fantastic day so far. This is actually the second candle review that is going live on my channel today. The first one that I shared was Kringle's Pumpkin Rum Toddy, which is actually new for fall 2024. That review will be linked in the description box down below. I will also put a link to where you can purchase this fragrance, which is Kringle 6 Feet Under. And then I'll also pop my discount code in the description box as well. That will save you 15% off of any of the fall and Halloween candles. It also happens to work with a few of the sales that Kringle is offering as well. So always worth popping that in when you go to check out to see if you can save yourself a little bit of extra money. But anyway, let's dive into this 6 Feet Under. So this is new, like I said, for Halloween 2024. Kringle Candle released 12 returning fragrances, and then there were some new fragrances that were added to the lineup this year. Kringle was kind enough to send the new fragrances out to me so that I could share my thoughts with you. I am greatly appreciative of that. Out of the new fragrances, there are two that they're a little tough for me personally because they are so spot on in terms of being very truly creepy Halloween fragrances. 6 Feet Under is one of those. The other is Carnage. If you are at all looking for very unique, very creepy, very accurate Halloween scents, might I suggest those two candles because they're so real smelling. It's absolutely wild. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this 6 Feet Under. Admittedly, I have mostly been burning this outside under our covered patio. I can tell you that the performance out there has been quite outstanding. And I will also tell you that this, of course, this is one of the almost house fillers here. I have to admit though, I don't know if that is because these fragrances are typically not in my wheelhouse. So maybe my nose is just picking them out a little bit more aggressively than things that, I'm a little bit more comfortable with usually, like the fruits and gourmands, if you will. But listen, we're gonna dive into this one, and if you want your house to smell like a freshly dug grave, you should pick this up because that's what you're getting here. All right, let's dive into it. We'll talk scent description, fragrance notes. I'll tell you what I smell. We'll talk strength and throw and overall burn quality, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, 6 Feet Under, the buried elements of soft, rotting wood combined with the invigorating scent of freshly turned earth, deadly mushrooms, and black patchouli. The top notes are earthy and green. The mid notes are dirt and wood. The base is patchouli and musk. So, what are we getting here, friends? Like I said, we're getting a freshly dug grave. That's what this is. So earthy. This is so accurate. It's almost creepy how accurate this is. So the very first thing that I notice in this scent is it's almost like the earth is very saturated with rain. There's this scent, I believe it's called petrichor, that it's the smell of the earth around you after it rains. It just smells very wet. It smells of decaying leaves. I feel like we all kind of know what dirt smells like. I think most of us have probably played in the dirt at one point in our lives, right? There's just this interesting earthy, it's like I want to call it like a stink. It doesn't smell particularly good to me. I don't love the smell of earth. I know a lot of people really do. But yeah, it just smells like you're digging in the dirt. But the soil is wet. It's very saturated. You can smell the decaying leaves. It's definitely, you know, in the latter part of the fall. After the leaves have already fallen, pretty fall is over, and we are now in like just everything just kind of looks dead around this type fall stage. You know, right before winter gets ready to hit. There's just, the wet leaf note I think is also quite prominent here. But that decaying wood is another one. It just smells like wood that is breaking down in the forest. Yeah, it's just, there's a lot of like decay in all of these fragrance notes, it seems like. But I think what really makes this like more of that like creepy type of Halloween vibe is that there is a really heavy dose of that very earthy, very dirty patchouli note. And it's potent in here. If you are not a fan of musky, heavy, dirty patchouli, I don't think you're going to be a fan of this fragrance. But I do think it makes sense in here because it does play quite well with all of the other decaying notes that are present. I just don't think that Kringle has really done a more accurate, like, type of fragrance like this before, at least out of the ones that I've stuck my nose in. It just is so dirty smelling. It's so heavy. It's so, like, it kind of smells oppressive to my nose. And again, please do keep in mind that I am someone who normally really loves the sweet edible gourmands and, you know, the fruity fragrances. So this is way out of my wheelhouse here, but I love testing stuff like this because it kind of challenges me a little bit. But I do have to say that I have not really enjoyed burning this in my house. I don't really like this type of fragrance inside. I've been burning it outside in the backyard, and as far as strength and throw goes, in the house, it was like a solid, like, probably, I would say like an 8 in terms of strength and throw, and it's done quite well in the backyard as well. We have had multiple people come over to the house when I've been burning this out back, who have said that they could smell it like before they even walked up our driveway. And we kind of have a long, windy driveway here in our yard. So the backyard is quite a ways from the street. And yeah, people have been smelling this before they even stepped foot on our property. So maybe the wind was carrying it just right, but yeah, it's one of our neighbors said it smells like death around here. To which I said, oh good, that's the vibe I'm going for right now. Yeah, like it's a very, very potent, very accurate, very creepy Halloween fragrance with a solid performance. So if that speaks to you, go for it because you're gonna love it. The overall burn quality. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the label here just so that you can see that nice wax pool. So I hope you guys appreciate this because I've been burning this inside of my house waiting to film this video. So yeah, it's been lit for about 3 hours now. I would say there's a pretty solid inch wax pool here. The flames are great, no issues with the wicks. No issues with wax discoloration, no issues with sooting. It's a good solid performance in that respect. And again, if you are into the creepy vibe and this label speaks to you, if the fragrance speaks to you, this is one of those Halloween fragrances that you will have in your collection that I think would be a real conversation piece. I think a lot of people would be really drawn to this. So definitely share this if you know, with anyone that you know that loves this type of Halloween vibe. This is definitely what I think Kringle is best known for when it comes to Halloween. I know that the Spellbound and the Artist Collection didn't speak to as many people, but this line, this is always a hit for Kringle every single year, and they have the most unique fragrances in this lineup. So if you picked up 6 Feet Under, please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll be very curious to see how some of you guys perceive this fragrance if you picked it up. If you purchased it at the initial launch, I'm sure you already have it in your hands. So let us know what you think. I really appreciate you guys being here. Please subscribe if you are new. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.